You imagine wanting to be wealthy so you can buy all the things you've ever desired. But then, you realize you dislike managing so many possessions. Often, costly items are designed to simply extract money from wealthy individuals. In today's video, let's explore 12 pricey things that aren't actually a good investment. Welcome to Top-Tier Success, your ultimate destination for business, investing, and self-development. We're all about attaining financial freedom and living life on your own terms. Don't be the last one to the party. Hit that subscribe button now. Number 1. High-priced business events. These events often entertain more than they educate. Especially if you're already an avid self-learner devouring online content and books. Renamed as festivals, these events can cost a pretty penny. Is a $10,000 ticket to see Tony Robbins really worth it? Even with a lavish buffet and e-downloads? On average, we already spend between $50,000 to $100,000 a year on self-development through books, events, coaching, and more. These pricey events tend to excite you in the moment, but the lessons fade quickly. The real value often lies in private membership groups, where people with similar net worth connect. These can range from $10,000 to $100,000 a year. The perks? Learning from experienced peers and building a community. Number 2. Expensive jewelry. We all know how much we've spent on it, but its resale value is a different story. Trying to sell jewelry can be a rude awakening, with prices dropping 5 to 10 times. That diamond ring you bought for $10,000 might only fetch $1,500. Emotional attachment often inflates the perceived value. Beyond the raw material value of gold, silver, or platinum, there's little justification for pricey branded jewelry. We assign extra value due to emotions, which luxury brands exploit. They sell you a branded piece for far more than its base worth. Remember, when it comes to these metals, they're plain commodities. No need for a fancy brand label. So, be cautious before splurging on jewelry, as the price often doesn't reflect its real value. Number 3. Owning a yacht or a private jet. For most well-off folks, chartering is the practical choice. If you're frequently on the move, having your own plane barely breaks even. For everyone else, it's more of a burden than an asset, something you maintain just to flaunt. Yachts follow a similar path. They become responsibilities rather than pleasures. Maintenance and storage costs can pile up. Being friends with a yacht owner beats being the owner. The happiest times of boat ownership are buying and selling. The rich often regret owning planes and yachts. Number 4. Drugs and alcohol. Notice how many are quitting these days. Younger generations are especially cutting back. Both offer less satisfaction over time and come with health drawbacks. While responses vary, the overall impact is negative. Your brain and organs suffer, and life enjoyment decreases. The cost is too high for the experience. Even experts can't reliably distinguish between a $75 wine bottle and a $750 one. Sommeliers, who taste-tested the same wine and rated it both high and low within minutes, were later exposed for cheating. This applies to wine, too. Number 5. Pricey rare pets. These might seem appealing, but unless you're in the business or breeding, spending excessively on them isn't wise. Often tied to unethical breeding, these pets can come with health issues. Regardless of breed, pets offer the same love. Training works similarly for most. Rare breeds don't usually offer superior traits, despite what you might hear. Pay fairly for a rescue if you like, but avoid shelling out 100 times more for a pet. Exotic pets, as Tiger King showed, are risky. There are more captive tigers in the US than in the wild. Number 6. Clubbing and splurging on bottles. Spending $10,000 to $60,000 on a bottle doesn't make any sense. Moet costs $50, Dom is around $200, that's your baseline. Paying more is just about showing off. While it's your money, later you might realize that the bottle money could have funded an amazing trip or even a car. Understanding money's value makes you less likely to waste it. Number 7. Expensive home gym equipment and memberships. While the idea of a home gym sounds great, often it ends up as unused furniture or a place to hang clothes. Similarly, unused yearly memberships gather dust. Transitioning to new habits, even with awareness, is difficult for many. People often desire change in their lives, a new city, partner, career, or recognition. But they're unaware of what it takes to make that change. Number 8. Exorbitant wine bottles. This might appeal to collectors or resellers, but for most, there's hardly a discernible difference between cheap and pricey wines. The real gain comes from pairing wine well with your meal. Instead of spending hundreds on wine, here's a tip. Champagne suits salty foods like caviar, Chardonnay pairs with seafood. Riesling with salads, Pinot Noir with earthy dishes, Cabernet Sauvignon with steak. Sauvignon Blanc with lighter fare, and Rosé with sushi or vegetarian options. The right wine elevates your dining experience, so going over budget is unnecessary. Number 9. Souvenirs. Souvenirs are those items cluttering up drawers or corners of your home. Often gifts or things you thought you needed but never used. It's not just about knickknacks from trips. It's that dusty treadmill, the unused waffle maker, or even the PlayStation VR untouched for months. These are remnants of aspirations you once had, purchases that proved unfulfilling. Price tags don't matter. They were all too expensive for the little value they brought into your life. Number 10. Expensive water. Bottled water like Voss or Evian might seem tastier due to their glass packaging. But a reusable bottle in the fridge works just as well. Unless it's a life or death situation, the cost isn't justified. And let's be honest, most of us are guilty of this too. Number 11. Expensive baby clothes. Spending a fortune on baby clothes and gear might seem like the way to mend your own childhood gaps. Many of us believe that showering our kids with new stuff will fill those voids. But reality often differs. Baby cribs? You might use them for just a few months. Fancy brand clothes? They'll shrink after one spin in the dryer. Even lavish toys often pale in comparison to the allure of car keys. As much as we advocate quality, when it comes to babies, stick to the basics. The greatest gift is your time and love, not a mountain of items. Number 12. Fancy kitchen appliances. Lastly, reflect honestly. How often do you use those expensive gadgets? When was the last time you really baked in that bread maker or juiced with that juicer? Often, a few appliances are used repeatedly, leaving the rest untouched. A fancy steam oven and microwave costing thousands might only be used a couple of times a month due to cleaning hassle. More money doesn't always equal better value. Feel free to share your thoughts on which habits resonate with you in the comments below. And as a token of our appreciation for staying till the end, here's a bonus tip. Number 13. Holding on to a loveless marriage. Holding on to this for the sake of money isn't worth it. In a previous video, we highlighted the value of a good divorce lawyer when necessary. If you've reached a point where divorce is the best solution, take the step. Don't let financial concerns hold you back from pursuing happiness. While there might be short-term financial setbacks, the opportunity to spend the rest of your life with someone you genuinely enjoy is invaluable. Take a cue from Jeff Bezos if needed. Prioritize your well-being. Get in shape, enjoy life, and remember, if you're true to yourself, you'll likely regain any financial losses. Every year spent in misery is a year you can't reclaim. Thanks for joining us today. If you've reached this point, let's have a little fun. Drop the word, "no waste," in the comments. See you on the next video.